Hello, my name is Len Williamson. Welcome to an oral presentation of Being Alive. All photographs in this presentation are taken by me unless reference is made to another source. Through photography and psychology, I propose to explore the idea of being alive. In this presentation, I want to tell you about me, my current practice and ideas on how to explore being alive, the resources I plan to call on to support my work, and the expected deliverables from this project. Photography is like an itch I need to scratch. I returned to it 2 years ago as a serious interest after a 20-year absence. 3 years ago, I noticed I couldn't stop taking photographs with my iPhone and decided it was time to have another go. In my current practice, I go to places that appeal to me and try to capture and photograph something that pleases me and hopefully others. My camera has become my companion. I go somewhere, I experience the place with my senses, trying to be fully present in the place I'm in. At some moment, I am compelled to press my shutter to capture something of what was there. For me, photography is a mindful activity. It makes me look deeply into what there is available around me in any moment. I can be surrounded by hundreds of others, as in this moment taking a photograph of the Alhambra, but totally alone, looking hard at what is there. I'm curious about this. Why do I need to take a photograph? What does it add to my experience? What need does it meet? To learn and improve, I joined the Royal Photographic Society and actively participated in the landscape and documentary groups. An article I wrote with photographs about my visit to Tuscany in 2018 was published in the Winter 2018 edition of the RPS Landscape magazine. Our experience of life is not well composed, in focus, or clear. I'm interested in exploring what I can do if I shift from realism to a more ambiguous representation of what I am seeing. I took these two images of Falmouth Pier on a recent visit at roughly the same time. The second image is a closer-up perspective with a little intentional movement of the light in the puddle in the foreground of the first image. Like the experience of our existence, the second image is harder to make sense of. 2 steps to the right of the puddle, the sun is hitting the water beside the pier. The colour combinations here are harmonious and strident. It has a title to assist the anchoring bias of a viewer, but could equally be untitled to evoke different reactions. I want to improve what I can say with realism in my photographs and explore other forms of representations of being alive that express the ambiguity and complexity we experience as we live life. I've shown you some of my work and where I am on my journey. Over 2008 to 2010, I studied Gestalt psychology with the Cleveland Gestalt Institute on their international program. I also completed a master's in psychology at UCL focusing on cognition and decision processes. Both gave me a fascination with what is going on in any moment and how we think and make decisions as human beings. I want to bring these ideas together and explore them with my camera. One of my Bibles from Gestalt experience is Gestalt Therapy, Excitement and Growth in the Human Personality by Pearls, Hefferlein and Goodman. Fritz Perls explains the aim of this book is to assist you to discover yourself and to mobilize it for greater effectiveness in satisfying your requirements both as a biological organism and as a social human being. To achieve this aim, Pearl offers 18 experiments in the book. Each experiment is a set of instructions I will illustrate shortly. The project Being Alive will use photography to represent each of the ideas in these experiments. There's no time to go deep here, so for this slide and the next, I just want you to see that the ideas are grouped and clearly defined. The book first works on orienting the self and placing it in the environment. After this is established, it works on manipulating the self, which is all about action. In each, there are 3 subdivisions. There are then 11 experiments within orienting the self and 7 experiments within manipulating the self, making 18 experiments in total. As Pearls describes it, each experiment will state some instructions by which, if you so desire, you may launch yourself on a progressive personal adventure wherein, by your own active efforts, you may do something for yourself, namely, discover it, organize it, and put it to constructive use in the living of your life. Let me illustrate. Here are the instructions for experiment 1, feeling the actual. Try for a few minutes to make up sentences stating what you are at this moment aware of. Begin each sentence with the words now, or at this moment, or here and now. My idea for the project, Being Alive, is to find ways of representing these ideas through the use of photography. Let's try and see if I can explain what this might mean. Experiment 1 is about being aware of here and now. The here in this and the following 4 images are spatially exactly the same place. This was a now. 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 And now. Each image is the same here, but each has a different now. One idea would be to let viewers go through such an experience of images and let that have whatever impact it has on them. I'm excited by this challenge that I'm setting myself here. The project brings together the psychological investigations into what it means to be alive with my passion for photography. Teaching is a powerful way to explore my own understanding of both psychology and photography. By serendipity, another Bible of mine, The Art of Photography, has 18 chapters. I plan to construct a learning experience using social media. Each session will combine an experiment from Gestalt therapy with a chapter from The Art of Photography. I propose to use the social media presence to obtain inputs to the body of work for the project. I'll also explore the possibility of collaboration with others interested in contributing to the project. For help, I've gone to photographers who have had an impact on me over the past 2 years. Diane Arbus' images make me keep looking. Dorothea Lange immediately brings Steinbeck to mind. You don't need to put hunger or despair below this image to explain what it is about. Noel Clegg's representation of solitude is such a strong idea. The tree is all alone but is strong, upright, and reaching out to the world around it. Rohan Riley's spirit similarly uses minimalist representation to turn my mind to the vastness of the universe around us and our solitude within it. The double exposure approach used here by Mohammed Farayed expresses well the complexity that is present in any moment of existence. There are always competing shapes, ideas, and chains of thought interleaved in our minds within our stream of consciousness. I've chosen a selection of reading that expresses opinions on photography as a subject. These are Sontag, Barthes, and Elkins. I've also included Heath and Lang for their ideas on solitude and being alone. Heath does this in photographs, Lang does it discussing the relationship of an artist's work to his or herself. The project deliverables will be a body of work in photographs and other media expressing the ideas of being alive through photography. A social media learning experience about being alive through photography for a community who will provide material for the body of the work. And there will be a publication and an exhibition. It is early days and I have to trust that the idea for the project, plus the stimulation of material and people of the Master's Programme, will take me to interesting places. I'm sure it will, and I'm hungry to get into action. I'd like to thank you for giving me your time and to say goodbye.